In our upcoming video, we'll be discussing a heartbreaking case involving a 13-year-old boy who received a life sentence and the profound impact it had on him and those around him. Additionally, we'll explore similar cases of young offenders and the wide range of emotions they displayed during their sentencing hearings. So if you're interested in learning more about these sensitive and impactful cases, be sure to stay tuned and watch our next video. It was a moment that transcended legal boundaries, touching the very core of human emotion. Picture this: a teenage boy standing before the judge, his shoulders heavy with the weight of his actions, unable to comprehend the gravity of the life-altering decision that hung in the balance. His actions, once driven by youthful exuberance, were now tainted by the darkness that had consumed him. And when the long arm of the law finally caught up with him, he stood before the judge as a mere shadow of his former self. The tale of the 13-year-old boy, his life sentence, serves as a stark reminder of the fragility of innocence and the profound impact of a broken home environment. So don't hold back. Share your opinions and let's engage in a meaningful conversation. Thank you for watching and being part of this important discussion. His story, interwoven with the pain of childhood trauma and the corrosive effects of a fractured family, reveals the urgency for societal intervention and support systems that safeguard the emotional well-being of our youngest members. The harrowing tale of the 13-year-old boy's life sentence is a sobering testament to the intricate interplay of societal neglect, familial discord, and the devastating consequences that can befall a child trapped in the throes of a dysfunctional household. His journey from a vulnerable youngster to a remorseful offender serves as a chilling reminder of the urgent need for comprehensive support systems that address the root causes of such harrowing acts. Just as the young boy's teardrops echoed his despair, so too must our societal response resonate with empathy, understanding, and proactive measures to prevent such tragedies from casting their long shadows on the lives of countless children. Only through concerted efforts to heal fractured families, invest in early intervention programs, and foster a culture of empathy and support, can we hope to stem the tide of despair that threatens to engulf our most vulnerable citizens. The courtroom, once a symbol of justice, transformed into a chamber of sorrow, echoing with the silent screams of a broken spirit, as the judge's gavel echoed through the room, delivering the life sentence that would be his new reality. The boy's world crumbled. Tears streamed down his face, not merely as a display of remorse, but as a raw outpouring of the torment that had become his existence. In those heart-wrenching moments, he became a vessel of anguish, a living testament to the destructive power of a life derailed. His story, a somber symphony of despair, resonated with those present, leaving an indelible mark on their souls. The judge, once a symbol of unwavering justice, found himself wrestling with the weight of the sentence he had just handed down. The lawyers, trained to navigate the complexities of the law, were confronted with the humanity of the situation. Even the sternest hearts in the courtroom were moved, recognizing the tragedy that had unfolded before their eyes. The boy's tearful reaction became a mirror, reflecting the collective grief of a community grappling with the harsh realities of a life irrevocably altered. The judge, with a heavy heart, delivered the verdict. As he stepped into the stark confines of his prison cell, the weight of his life sentence pressed down upon him, suffocating the remnants of his hope. The cell walls, cold and unforgiving, became a physical manifestation of the emotional imprisonment that awaited him. Each day that passed was a solemn reminder of the time stolen, the opportunities lost, and the innocence sacrificed. Within the prison's somber halls, he was met with a multitude of hardened souls, each carrying their own tales of despair and regret. The echoes of their footsteps seemed to mock his own journey, their silent stories a haunting chorus in the symphony of his sorrow. Despite the bleakness that surrounded him, flickers of resilience ignited within the boy. Amidst the darkness, he discovered an inner strength, a determination to confront his reality and forge a path toward redemption. He began to reach out for help, seeking solace in the guidance of prison counselors and the support of limited visitors. With each interaction, he peeled back the layers of his pain, revealing the wounded soul that had been buried under anger and despair. As the months turned into years, the boy's transformation was gradual, yet profound. He immersed himself in educational programs, acquiring knowledge that had been denied to him in his earlier years. He delved into vocational training, honing skills that could potentially serve as stepping stones to a future beyond the prison walls. His story became a beacon of hope, demonstrating that even in the darkest depths of despair, the human spirit could endure and evolve. Life in prison. The boy's face crumpled, mirroring the anguish of a soul grappling with the enormity of the sentence. His tears, a silent torrent, spoke volumes of the remorse and regret that consumed him. The room itself seemed to contract, sharing in the teenager's agony. Even the stoic faces of the lawyers and court personnel betrayed a flicker of sympathy. It was a scene that challenged the very essence of justice, forcing a confrontation with the harsh realities of a life forever altered. But amidst the despair, glimmers of hope emerged. The boy's tears became a catalyst for introspection, prompting a collective examination of the circumstances that had led to this heart-wrenching moment. His story served as a stark reminder of the complexities of the justice system and the enduring impact of a child's actions. Now let's move on to the emotional true crime story involving the 13-year-old boy. Yet beneath the surface, turmoil brewed, casting long shadows over his path. At home, a fractured relationship between his parents had poisoned the atmosphere, turning their once loving abode into a battleground of discord. The boy, caught in the crossfire, yearned for solace, but found only in fleeting moments of joy. School offered a temporary respite, a place where he could shed the emotional baggage that weighed him down. However, even within its hallowed halls, the darkness followed, manifesting in the whispers of his peers, branding him as a troublemaker. With each passing day, the boy's emotional reserves dwindled, leaving him vulnerable to the treacherous currents of despair. As he navigated this labyrinth of emotional turmoil, he encountered individuals who preyed on his vulnerability, leading him further down a path of destruction. They became his confidants, his false friends, who exploited his pain for their own sinister purposes. Their influence proved to be a toxic brew, corrupting his innocence and hardening his resolve to rebel against a world that seemed determined to keep him down. The breaking point arrived unexpectedly, shattering the fragile equilibrium that held his life together. A seemingly insignificant incident at school, a fight fueled by pent-up frustration, became the catalyst for a chain of events that would forever alter his destiny. The news of his involvement spread like wildfire, reaching the ears of those who saw it as an opportunity to exploit his vulnerability. Rumors swirled, casting aspersions on his character and magnifying his flaws. As the community turned against him, the boy found himself isolated, cut off from the slivers of hope that had sustained him thus far. In the depths of despair, a child's tearful reaction to a life sentence echoed in the solemn silence of the courtroom. The journey began with an innocent facade, a seemingly ordinary teenager navigating the twists and turns of adolescence. In the face of overwhelming adversity, the boy's spirit began to fracture, giving way to the crushing weight of despair. In the aftermath of the sentencing, the boy's life took a dramatic turn as he was led away in handcuffs, his dreams and aspirations dashed against the unyielding bars of his new reality. In the tapestry of life, there are moments that pierce the fabric of society, leaving scars that transcend generations. And now I want to hear from you. What do you think of this case? How can we prevent such tragedies in the future? Your thoughts matter.